I was born in London and of Irish parents, so pure Irish heritage, of which I'm very proud. I attended London Oratory School in London while a schoolboy and at the local youth club, which was the rugby club. I coached youth clubs in the London area. I was a Football Association of England qualified coach, did some sessions at various schools in the London area, and then coached St Thomas's Youth Club and Hillingdon British Legion, who were both junior level clubs in England, before coming out here to work camps. Since coming here, I've coached in the Virginia State team, coached for the Army. Army used to do a series of clinics all around the country under the direction of the late Walt Chisowich, and I helped out with that. I've been a member of the National Soccer Coaches Association for 24 years, and in fact I'm currently the Women's College rep to the National Collegiate National Soccer Coaches Athletic Association. Let me rephrase that. National Soccer Coaches Association of America. By accident initially, when I got here and saw that the colours were green, white and yellow, which is close to gold, that's my Irish background, and I immediately fell in love with the area, and Al was a very, very valuable guide and mentor for me. I was his assistant for 6 years and then assistant coach to the then women's coach John Charles from 1982 to 1986. Well, it's a very scenic area. I think the only thing that the Williamsburg area lacks is a little bit more undulation. There aren't many hills or mountains. I like mountains. It's a beautiful area, a lot of greenery. The town itself is some tremendous architecture. The campus itself is probably the most beautiful campus in the country. And in my time over here, I've been to Stanford and Duke and Princeton, Harvard. Goodness knows everywhere, and none of them compare to the campus here at William and Mary. The people around here, the number of coaches here that have been here for a number of years and administrators is testimony to the fact that this is the kind of place that just grabs hold of you and keeps you. Fortunately, with the team, we've been to Australia and New Zealand twice, and there were two tremendous trips. We've been to England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. We went to Hawaii. I loved Hawaii, but Ireland is my favourite destination. Growing up in London, Winston Churchill, because he was the Prime Minister of the coalition government during the Second World War, and just had a way of inspiring people. He was a fighter. I think if I have a quality that probably stands out more than other qualities, is that if you back me into a corner, I'm going to come out fighting, and I love that in players, and we've had some players who really fitted that mold. Missy Wazinski is probably the best example I could give you, that just never say die, hates to lose attitude. Of players today, soccer players, Thierry Henry, I think is one of the greatest players I've ever seen. Currently, I'm an Arsenal fan, so anyone who wears a red and white shirt, well, nearly anyone who wears the red and white shirt. And over here, Al Albert has been a great mentor, as I mentioned earlier on. And some other coaches around the country. A former player who is a tremendous coach and was an assistant with the women's national team at the recent World Cup is Erica Walsh, who I admire tremendously. Julie Shackford at Princeton, and Megan McCarthy, a former player, Jill Ellis, all proteges, but they're people that I have a lot of regard for, and whenever I'm with them I pick a little bit out of their brains, because they've picked everything that's in my brain, which isn't much. I used to like to play a lot of golf, but I broke my wrist about 5 years ago and it's not quite right. Now, movies, I like a good movie. I love Irish music and good music in general. And walking my black lab Wilma down Dog Street in Colonial appropriately named Dog Street in Colonial Williamsburg. Just to basically, with my coaching career, my first year as a head coach, we had a very, very strong team here. We had 3 All-Americans in Megan McCarthy, Julie Cunningham and Jill Ellis. And the first game of my coaching career we played at Virginia, and Megan McCarthy scored an own goal. And the only goal of the game, we lost 1-0. And I really thought that I was the bee's knees, that I knew everything about the game. And I think that day I learned very, very quickly that I didn't know everything about the game. And I spent a lot of time that season learning. And that was a tough start to coaching. Since then, fortunately, I've had far more ups than downs. And I think that most coaches will tell you that you usually learn a lot more from a down than you do from an up.